What's up, man? How you doing? Good to see you guys. Good to see you guys. Yeah. Good to see you.
This is your time of year.
Yeah, exactly.
Seems like you never struggle.
If ever Russell Wilson could make his magic, this is the time.
1, 2, 3, please. Let's go.
You've been here 5 years, but this is the year where you've actually had physically more challenges than ever before. What was the toughest part of this year for you?
Well, I think that obviously the rehab and having to take extra time, all day, all night, pretty much. The first game of the year, had a pretty severe high ankle sprain, and from the moment the game was over until the following week, I was just nonstop treatment. Every hour and a half, I'm having the alarm clock go off, and then I had my knee get kind of messed up there with a pretty bad MCL sprain, and I also had the chest injury too up there. So you had to battle through some things, but we had a lot of guys had to battle through some things.
Well, one guy who's been here since you've been here, who's gone now, is Marshawn Lynch.
Yeah.
And I want you to talk about this offense now because it seems like it's becoming more about you. How would you describe the identity of this offense?
Well, we always want to be explosive. We want to be explosive. We want to be great on third down. We want to be great in the red zone. We want to be able to capitalize on big situations. I call them gap plays, game-altering plays. And that's our mentality, There's nothing that we can't do. We have so many playmakers. You think about Jimmy Graham and the catches that he can make and the things that he can do.
This guy is unbelievable.
Doug Baldwin, electric, hard as it gets, in terms of being able to cover him and he can make so many different plays for us.
Are you kidding me? Doug Baldwin for president.
A few games back, Richard made a comment about a goal line play where you threw on the 1 yard line.
I'm upset about it throwing from the 1. We've already seen how that goes.
You talked about how if you had that play back in the Super Bowl, you'd throw it again. Why does that play always seem to come back in the play for this team?
It doesn't for me. I move on. You got to have amnesia in this game. You have to be able to focus on the next play, the next moment.
Come on. Keep believing in it. Come on.
You can't go back. And we choose to move forward. We choose to just stay committed to winning and do whatever that takes.
Talk about moving forward. You're going to have your first kid coming up here pretty soon with Sierra. What went through your mind when you heard you were going to be a dad?
Well, obviously, so much love, I've been able to obviously be a stepfather too, and to be able to be a part of that, there's no greater love than that. And to be able to have a baby coming soon and all that, it's a pretty cool blessing.
Yeah, you think about, I know you lost your dad to diabetes, and him not being here is obviously a huge thing. What's the most important thing you want to teach your child that he taught you?
Well, I think that, first of all, I think God's first. And then from there, I think about how you treat people. My parents always had me saying, yes, sir, and no, sir, and yes, ma'am, and no, ma'am, and those the little things add up.
Hey, guys, let's go get it back right here. Let's go, attack mode.
People talk about you being so polished and you've got everything under control. What does stress you out?
For me, when I think about my life and I think about what God's given me the opportunity to do and to be able to share and give back and to go to the Children's Hospital every Tuesday and to be able to see young kids, and being on your deathbed when you're 10 years old or when you're like my dad, that's true stress. Playing the game of football, to be able to have the opportunities that I'm fortunate to get, those aren't stressful moments.
Here comes the blitz. Russell has time. Lays it up over the top. Baldwin. Touchdown!
Let me ask you about the postseason now. What's the most important thing you've learned about winning at this time of year?
It comes down to be able to be clutch in big moments. It comes down to being tougher than the guy across from you. And that's why we've been able to win, a lot of playoff games in 5 years. But, those years before, they don't matter. Whatever your resume is before, it's only right now.
Let's go! Come on!
The difference between playoffs and the regular season, there's just a few more cameras. But the reality is it's the same game you've been playing ever since you were a little kid. And so that's what I've always grasped onto in big moments and big games, quote unquote. It's the same game.